center.
What were the bad impressions of Japan?
Ooh, there are no bins anywhere. I couldn't find anywhere to put any rubbish, but there were the trains are very confusing to a foreigner, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty okay.
Did you find some weird thing in Japan?
I would say the fashion is super strange, in a good way. I would say, like, even though it's freezing, the girls wear like very short skirts. I don't know how they do it. I'm like rugged up shaking, but there's really cool hair colors, really interesting shoes, and everything is just very different, I would say, with the fashion.
Lastly, what do you want to say to people who want to visit Japan?
It's an amazing place and I would 10 out of 10 recommend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where are you from and how many times have you been in Japan?
I'm from Australia and this is my first time in Japan.
How long have you been in Japan?
About 20 days.
Today's topic is what's the first impression of Japan? Firstly, what was the impression of Japan?
It was, when we arrived, all the buildings were really pretty, all the gardens, the people were really friendly, and the food. The people are really nice and they're always there to help you. Like, maybe Kyoto was the friendliest. Like, when we were walking around with our luggage, a lot of people helped us find where to go.
Were there something you find weird in Japan?
The bins. There's not a lot of bins around, so it's like when you eat something or you have rubbish, you just kind of stuff in your pocket, but there's no rubbish around. Like, you don't walk around and see piles of like food wrappers and stuff.
Okay, thank you.
It's okay. Thank you so much.
Where are you from and how many times have you been in Japan?
I'm from France and I've been to Japan twice.
This time, how long have you been in Japan?
For the moment, 1 week, and I have 4 days left.
Last time, how long have you been in Japan?
2 weeks?
Including the last trip, what was the impressions of Japan?
I would say beautiful landscapes, old period time with like temples and everything, and the modernity with buildings, like the contrast between two of them. Yeah.
Lastly, what do you want to say to people who want to visit Japan?
Well, I would like to say please come to Japan because it's a beautiful country. It's, I think, really life-changing to come here, and like the culture is so different. Personally, from France, I'm from Europe, and it's like really teaching us a lot.
Thank you so much. Where are you from and how many times have you been in Japan?
I am from Norway originally. Spent the last 4 years in the US. This is my first time in Japan.
What's the first impression of Japan?
I am enjoying the scenery. I'm enjoying the way that Tokyo is laid out. I'm enjoying how pedestrian friendly it is, how you can walk, how you can take your trains everywhere, and you're not very dependent on a car specifically, because I've been in the US in Oklahoma for the last 4 years where you can't get anywhere without a car. So being able to get where you want without being dependent on that is very nice.
What were the bad impressions of Japan?
I wouldn't say I've had any bad impressions. Like, on the bad side, people are almost stupidly polite. They're afraid of being rude, specifically coming from the US where people won't be afraid of shouting at you. So people here are polite to a stupid extent and will apologize even if they haven't done anything wrong.
Thank you. Thank you. Where are you from and how many times have you been in Japan?
I'm from Australia and this is my second time.
Including the last trip, what were the impressions of Japan?
People are very kind here, and I like the transport because in Australia we don't really have that much public transports, but here you don't need a car, you can get wherever you want on foot and train.
Was there something you expected like too much, like you overrated it, but that turned out to be not as good as you expected?
Maybe some of the food. I'm a very picky eater, and then so some of the food I didn't really enjoy because it's a bit different and I'm not used to it. Probably that.
Are you like vegetarian or vegan?
No, just a picky eater.
Okay. Lastly, what do you want to say to people who want to visit Japan?
Definitely come because everyone's very kind here and it's very easy to travel around.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.